What's up, you guys? Hey, once again, thank you very much for watching these videos. You guys are awesome. Today, I'm actually making two videos. The last one was pretty good, I thought. And then I just thought about something else. But I was like, wait a second. This is definitely a video. It is about obstacles. So I don't know where I found it. I saw an article, maybe it was like, Yahoo News or something like that. That was like the snowplow parents. And I was like, the snowplow parents, what's this? I have a couple nieces and nephews, 6, 4, and 3. The twins are 3. And so I kind of like look at this parenting stuff every once in a while, even though they're like kids. This snowplow parenting article came up and I was like, oh, this is interesting. Let me read about this. And I always heard about helicopter parents, and obviously you see helicopter parents are like parents that stick around the kid and make sure they're okay all the time. So they're constantly looking after them or just hovering over them like a little helicopter, right? And the snowplow parents parenting came up because of the recent scandal with very wealthy families paying for their kids to go to USC, Stanford, UCLA, so on and so forth. They were talking about how these parents were paving the way for their kids and removing all the obstacles, and were like a snowplow, or bulldozer, getting all the obstacles out of the way. And I was like, God, that is brilliant, because I think, when I watch the news, I don't watch the news much, but like in the doctor's lounge, the news is always on, which is hilarious, and all the doctors are like glued to that thing. And I kind of laugh because I don't think the news is the news anymore. I think it's just like opinion pieces all the time. And so I'm surprised that doctors who have this much education will sit there and argue over who's saying what on these opinionated news channels. But when I see that stuff and I see other articles and stuff about people wanting to have fairness, I think it's most accurate, because essentially it's about, lots of people saying, we need women's rights. Yes, it's true. We need racial equality, which is true. We need gender equality, which is true. We need people to be able to be called whatever the gender they want to be called. That's fine. I don't give a shit about any of that stuff. But where it gets interesting, I think, is if they all come down to a certain thought process. And I think that thought process is that they want fairness. Everybody wants to be treated fairly or equal. First of all, I don't believe that is possible in this universe. We're all born with certain issues or problems. Some people's issues and problems are less than others. Some people have really big problems, like the patient I described that had no asshole. That's a big problem. What I'm getting at is like this snow plowing thing was like the parents removing all the obstacles for the kids. I think that makes you grow up. Like then when you have obstacles, like you're like, what the f***? I want these obstacles removed. The world is just like not like that. And then you're upset at the world for putting obstacles in your way, or having any obstacles around you, or intrinsically with you. And I think those people focus too much on the outside and what the outside is doing to them, instead of focusing on the inside and saying, how can I get around this obstacle and develop the skill set to make this obstacle basically invisible for me? A lot of people are gonna say, fuck you, you're a white male, you shouldn't be talking about this shit, but I'm gonna talk about it. Certainly acknowledge the fact that I have it much better than most people. I would say most, not all. Certainly, I think if you're born 6'5", you're gonna be 6'5", and in a place where basketball is prolific, and you have a much better chance of going into the NBA. And Kobe Bryant went into the NBA at 19 years old. He's retired at my age, makes way more than me, has a lot more than I could ever even think about having, whether you're talking monetarily or just access to the world or whatever. So certainly I am thankful for what I've been given, but I also realize that I wasn't set up for the ultimate, the easiest life, despite what you guys see on YouTube and stuff like that now. I f***ed up a lot of stuff, for sure, but I also develop the skill set to overcome those obstacles. And I think that's kind of what I'm getting at, is that people just need to get it, like those kids need obstacles in their way all the time so they can figure out. And when I watch my nephews and nieces, and all they're doing is like, when they're young, they're just like playing with the world, and they're just like, I want to touch this, I want to touch that, I want to throw that, I want to see how this reacts, like they're just figuring out their universe. And if you just like take all that shit away, and when they become older and there's nobody to take that shit away anymore, they're like, what the f***? What am I gonna do with this? I don't know what to do. Haven't developed the skill set. My parents never let me develop the skill set. I think that that's just like putting yourself at a disadvantage to focus on the stuff that you think you're disadvantaged with. You probably are disadvantaged with it, but who gives a f***? You gotta get around it. Life is not fair. I did a post on Instagram about this, and basically my mother was hilarious. She's still hilarious, but when I was younger, I would get in trouble with my brother. My brother was like instigating shit. And I swear to God, I hardly instigated anything. And then she'd always be like, it's your fault. I'm like, what are you talking about? It's my fault. That's not fair. Like, he started it. She'd just look at me and be like, you know what? Life's not fair. Tough shit. Life's not fair. She'd say those words. And I was so fucking mad when I was younger. I'm like, that is a bullshit answer for a 10-year-old. Life's not fair. But the older I get, the more I'm like, damn, like, you know, she really helped me out by saying life's not fair. And instead, I think a lot of people, specifically politicians, are trying to like win people's, well, vote, I guess, or, you know, confidence by saying, listen, we're gonna make life fair for you. I think that's a dangerous place to be. I don't think there's anything that's good that's gonna come out of that for you. I'm not trying to make this like a political statement or anything like that. I can get into that, but I don't want to get into that because it's a shit storm. I would just encourage people to like reverse that thinking and think like, if I have obstacles, those are not going to change in this universe. And so it's better for me just to figure out what is the best way to get around those. And I've said in another video, the best thing to do is to make people completely fucking embarrassed that they ever thought that whatever the thing that you have is an obstacle or is a deficiency in your DNA. Like, just make them like be so good that they are stupidly embarrassed, like they can't even talk to you anymore because they think that they were so fucking wrong about you. Just fucking embarrassed, and they can't even hold their head up when you're around. I have some people like that, and when I was younger, when I was in high school and stuff, and people always thought I was a class clown, which I was, around stuff. So I have some people like that in my life, and when I told them I was going to be a doctor when I was younger, they like legitimately laughed out loud at me in my face. Now they can't acknowledge that. They know it's what happened, and now they don't like literally don't want to talk to me because they're just embarrassed, which is the best payback ever. Don't take this wrong, okay? Don't take this in a negative way. This is a positive video. Don't listen to the fucking world. 98% of the world is wrong. Find the 2%. I'm not talking about the like rich 2%. I'm just talking about the 2% that have their fucking mind right. Think of things positively. Those people that take their disadvantage and turn it around and either make an advantage of it or just figure out how to make it disappear. Those are the people you want to talk to. I think that's my rant for today. So thanks for watching these videos once again. Subscribe, like, share, all that good stuff, and I'll see you in the next one.